Staff Sergeant Ron Scher was born in Fairbanks, Alaska. He grew up in a military family, moving to 4 states before middle school. He graduated from Washington State University and applied to join the military, but was rejected due to a medical condition. I can't believe they rejected you. Well, that was a bad mistake, but they made up for it, right? They made up for it. Soon after, America was attacked on September 11th, 2001. Determined to serve, Ron reapplied to the military and was accepted into the United States Army. He became a medic, and then he completed the grueling training to join the legendary ranks of the Green Berets. That's a long way from not getting accepted the first time, right? That's fantastic. That's a great story. It was during his Special Forces training that Ron met Miranda. Just before Ron's first deployment, they were married. Miranda was 6 months pregnant with their first son, Cameron, when Ron deployed to Afghanistan for the second time. Just a month before he returned home, Ron was called on a special operations mission. The aim was to hunt down a deadly terrorist, a leader in that world. He was in a remote mountain village, very dangerous territory. On April 6, 2008, Ron was among the few dozen Special Forces soldiers and 100 Afghan commandos who dropped off by helicopter into Shock Valley, a rocky, barren valley far away from reinforcements. There's nobody close. Ron was the only medic for the team. While he was still near the base of the mountain, the first team began to scale the cliff toward the village. As they approached the top, roughly 200 well-trained and well-armed terrorists ambushed the American and Afghan forces. Soon, Ron heard his comrade call his name. Ryan Whelan had been struck by shrapnel at the base of the mountain. He was very, very seriously hurt, but Ron braved enemy fire to rush to his friend and to treat his wounds. Then he heard over the radio that American fighters near the top of the cliff were pinned down and some were critically injured. There was blood all over the place. It was a tough, tough situation to be in. Immediately, Ron climbed the Rocky Mountain, all the while fighting back against the enemy and dodging gunfire left and right. Rockets were shot at him. Everything was shot at him. When he reached the top, one of his close friends, an Afghan interpreter, was already dead. 2 Americans had been shot, Dylan Bear and Luis Morales. He treated them both to stabilize them and their condition. Ron threw his body on top of Dylan to protect him from shrapnel. It was there on that cliff that Ron realized, and I guess he felt pretty much like that was it, right, Ron? But Ron realized that this was probably the end, might be all over. And as he recounts, I just said a prayer and asked that my wife and son would be okay with what was going to happen. Then I just went back to work. One of his teammates, John Walding, was trying to protect the injured when he was shot, almost severing his leg entirely. As Ron was still rendering life-saving aid to Dylan, he directed another soldier to help stem the bleeding. Then a bullet cut through Master Sergeant Scott Ford's arm and struck Ron's helmet. Ron said it felt like he had been hit on the head with a baseball bat. But he got up and, in pretty bad shape, bandaged Scott's arm. Soon Ron and his comrades used nylon webbing to lower the most critically injured down the sides of this really dangerous and very steep cliff. When he reached the base of the mountain, Ron raced to each patient, giving them life-saving care. They were bleeding profusely, and preparing them to be evacuated by helicopter. But Ron was not done yet. He charged back to the mountain, all the way up, and then rejoined the fight. For more than 6 hours, Ron bravely faced down the enemy. Not a single American died in that brutal battle, thanks in great measure to Ron's heroic actions. Many of the warriors who fought in Shock Valley are here today. When I read your name, will you please stand? Staff Sergeant Dylan Bear. Stand up. Stay up, please. Specialist Mike Carter. Thank you, Staff. Thank you. Master Sergeant Scott Ford. Sergeant First Class Seth Howard. Staff Sergeant Luis Morales. Sergeant Major Dan Plants. Lieutenant Colonel Kyle Walton. Sergeant First Class Matt Williams. Sergeant First Class Carl Wurzbach. And two wonderful Afghan translators, Baruz Mohammed and Zia Ghaffori. Thank you very much. We really appreciate it. He did a good job. Did he do a good job? Better say yes now, otherwise it's too late. We can always change our mind. He did a good job. Thank you all for your noble service and for being here to celebrate Ron's historic achievement. It truly is that. As many of you know, a year and a half ago, Ron was diagnosed with cancer. Tough cancer, rough cancer. But he's braved, battled, worked. He's done everything he can. That cancer, he's been fighting it every single day with courage and with strength. And he's a warrior. He's a warrior. And just like he faced every single battle of his entire life, he's facing a very tough battle right now with cancer. But I will tell you, he's the best dad and role model two boys could ever ask for. Right? Do you agree with that? Yeah, you better say yes. I already asked them that question. They needed no prodding. I said, is he a good father or a great father? They said, great father, right? That's good. The best father ever. Wow. That's great. Beautiful, beautiful boys. And Ron, I just want to say as an inspiration to everyone in this room and to every citizen all across our great land, Ron, our hearts are filled with gratitude and joy as we prepare to engrave your name alongside of America's greatest heroes. It is my honor and privilege, along with Mike and all of these incredible warriors in front of me, to present you with the Congressional Medal of Honor. I would like to ask the military aide to come forward and read the citation, please. Thank you.